Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. Shalom to the few Akwaf that listen and learn. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. And I found this article here that says AI-powered RoboCops take up traffic duties in Chinese cities. And there's some other interesting information I want to show you in this article, but this is something that, I've been doing videos on for a while. Whenever I come across these type of videos, because we've been warning you that, these devils are going to eventually, use these AI powered robots, these robot officers, robot soldiers, robot dogs, robot drones. Eventually, they're going to use it to be judge, jury, and executioner. And they're going to use it to police and rule over you American citizens. You people of the world pretty soon. You see, this is why they need this fourth industrial revolution. This is why they need, AI to be unchecked, unvetted, and ultimately unleashed. Because they're going to be using this technology, these AI robots, they're going to turn these, right here they got this RoboCops, but eventually these RoboCops are going to be armed, man. These RoboCops are going to be programmed and, given tasks to basically rule over you people, man. If we've seen these, right here, they're showing you this little robot, traffic stop. But this is one of the baser, one of the more calmer models. We've seen the other models that are doing karate, that are jumping over things, that have great balance, that are able to, pull a weapon and fire with pinpoint accuracy. We've seen the robo dogs that are fitted with machine guns and rifles that could, run through all type of terrain. It can go upstairs. It can see around corners. I showed this other video last year where they had this one robot that was speeding through, rugged terrain, and then literally leaped into the water, transformed into like a boat type of transformer, rolled through the lake, made it to the bank, transformed back into a fast moving robot, and started just moving through the terrain fast as hell, man. Right, because eventually they're going to use these robots to be, like I said, judge, jury, and executioner, man. They're going to rule over you people, with the capability of putting you to death, locking you in prison, going door to door, doing all type of things, man. You see, but they think it's a joke. They think this man is playing. Remember, China has always been the model, all right? And they got a bunch of these type of humanoid robots doing everyday tasks, man. Pretty soon they're not going to need a human police force. They're not going to need human military soldiers. They're going to be using this technology, these different robots, to be able to unleash holy hell upon you citizens out here, man. And while everybody think this is cute, they're taking pictures. They're like, oh, they go to these little artificial intelligence, AI, these little conferences where they display, like the Tesla robots and these other companies that make these robots, they're making them more realistic. And eventually they're all going to be powered by the AI mind, man. And they're going to be given tasks and duties to bring holy hell upon you people pretty soon, man. So you can think it's cute now, but let's read some of this. It says, for your safety, please ride bicycles in non-motorized lane. A voice called out to a cyclist veering into the motor vehicle lane at a busy intersection in Wuhu City, East China's Anhui province. The warning, however, came not from a human traffic officer, you see, but from a humanoid robot standing upright on a safety island. It says, donning a police uniform, a reflective vest, and a white cap, the robot officer, identified by badge number Intelligent Police Unit R001, looks remarkably human from a distance. Up close, its metallic sleekness and futuristic demeanor have made it a local celebrity, with pedestrians frequently pausing to snap photos of the cyberpunk scene. And right now, yeah, it's cute. Yeah, they're taking pictures. It's become a celebrity. But what's going to happen when that same police officer, that robot officer, is giving commands and program to apprehend, to to fire upon you protesters, or to to de-escalate a hostile situation, man? What do you think they're going to do when they're sent to a crime, to a hostage situation, or if there's burglaries? It's just going to be like on the movie RoboCop, man. And you saw in the movie RoboCop how when he was going to these, it was all hell breaking loose in the city. I think it was in Detroit. He was going in there laying motherfuckers down, man. And it's going to be the same with these robots at that time, man. Let these robots be sent into hostile situations, or if there's insurrections, or there's seditions, or there's certain situations where it's chaos and all hell breaking loose. These robots are going to be they're going to send in the militarized humanoid robots with all of those specified skills. They're going to be able to jump and run and hide behind buildings and shoot with accuracy to chase you down, and even probably do hand-to-hand combat with you if it gets to that level, man. And like I said, there's numerous movies of them showing you this is what they want to use these humanoid robots for, besides, working in factories and, taking jobs of the everyday average American citizen. But they're going to eventually use these robots to enforce. You see? It said, check this out, though. It says it's a new colleague capable of assisting us effectively, said Jiang Zihao, a traffic police officer in Wuhu. According to Jiang, Intelligent Robot Unit R001, an AI-enabled traffic police robot, is integrated with the city's traffic signal system. You see? So they integrate these robots with they upload them with the information of the job they're going to be doing. So it knows all about traffic violations. It knows what's legal and what's not legal. It knows what to give tickets for and what not to give tickets for. So what do you don't think they're going to be able to program these robots with information on how to handle protesters and volatile situations, to go into military zones? They can program them with information to go and do particular things. And they're going to be using highly intelligent AI pretty soon to be operating and operating within these robots, man. And they're going to eventually, be out there putting in work. It says it is integrated with China's traffic signal system. It can execute standard traffic command gestures synchronized with changing lights. Equipped with high-definition cameras and an intelligent voice broadcasting system, the robot uses large model algorithms to autonomously identify traffic violations by non-motorized vehicles and pedestrians and deliver on-site warnings, man. You see? So you think it's far-fetched to believe that they're not going to be using more highly sophisticated humanoid robots to do, like I said, more serious police work, man, to be put in combat situations. And they're already showing you this when they're creating these robots, and they're putting them in different simulations, man. So it's only a matter of time before, hey, these, just like they showed you on Elysium, when they had the robots, going through the little barrios and the little ghettos, running up on people, checking them to see if they were if they're on probation or if they were violent criminals. And you saw what they did to Matt Damon's character, right? He was trying to be funny. They grabbed his ass up, was checking him. And then he got smart, got lippy. They took his bag, searched his shit, and broke his arm. And then told him to go see your probation officer, which was another robot. And when he was trying to be funny with the probation officer, the robot didn't take no shit. You see? So they're showing you the future that these devils are trying to create, man. And these robots are going to get more and more in your face. They're going to get more serious. They're going to be more, it's the word I'm looking for. They're going to be more, of a enforcer type, man. It says, in addition to stationary duty, the robot is mobile, capable of navigating independently to designated locations on command. So you don't mean to tell me that they're going to be using that these robots not going to be equipped to, how police now have their routes, and, certain police officers patrol certain areas, that these robots can't be equipped with that type of, navigation systems. Come on, man. And these robots are going to know the different type of, if that area is very violent, what to look out for. It's going to be, remember, it's going to be AI. It's going to be learning and getting smarter and smarter. So it's going to know little cues and little things to pick up on, man. It's going to know when it's going through a particular neighborhood, the criminal element that is getting involved in, and it's going to have such technology on it that it's going to be able, when it sees people, it's going to be able to figure out who they are, if they're on probation, if they had priors, if they're a person of interest, or if they should just, a person that they should just go and hem up and profile, man. Y'all about to wake the hell up, man. It says, in addition to stationary duties, the robot is mobile, capable of navigating independently to designated locations on command. Its capabilities also include identifying illegal parking and conducting real-time road monitoring. The robot can work around the clock, Jiang said, noting that it is expected to ease the workload of the police because eventually it's going to overtake the police. You're not going to need human police doing these jobs in the future. It's going to be these humanoid robots, man. And it said what? They can work around the clock. Can you imagine 24 hours policing all throughout the city, 24 hours a day? You see? It says, noting that it is expected to ease the workload of the police. No, it's going to eventually replace the human police force, man. You're only going to need like maybe a couple of humans, but they're going to be working in the office, just overseeing, making sure that these robots are out there doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. It says, especially during peak hours or in extreme weather conditions. This RoboCop is the latest addition to China's growing fleet of AI-powered traffic assistants. You see? It said, last year China began integrating robotic officers into daily policing. In June, the southwestern city of Chengdu in the Sichuan province deployed a team of robot police officers, including quadruped robots, wheeled robots, and humanoid robots to patrol the streets alongside human counterparts, you see? But eventually, once these robots be out there long enough, they're not going to need their human counterparts, man. They're going to just be out there working, watching, tracking, tracing, giving tickets, monitoring behavior, man. And eventually, they're going to be able to chase down criminals, man. Apprehend motherfuckers, throw them in the back of police cars, pull out firearms, get busy, man. You see? Hope y'all don't think this is a joke, man. It says that the deployment of these robots underscores China's broader push to bring emboldened intelligence and other cutting-edge technologies to real-world applications, you see? And remember, China is the model. You see? They're just testing that shit out there in China, and eventually they're going to bring it here to the States, man. This is going to be this is all part of their fifth industrial revolutions, man. This is what you're going to be dealing with if this man, in the future. You see? Let me see. See, here we go. Look. It says, only by bringing products into real life scenarios and collecting real operational data can we achieve rapid iteration, you see? And this is why they want these robots out there more and more, because they're learning. They're collecting real operational data. And eventually, like I said, these robots are going to be in your neighborhoods. They're going to know exactly what to look for. They're going to know exactly what's going on. And, when they see crime, when they can predict crime, to profile people, to run up on motherfuckers, they're going to be able to look at you people eventually when all of your, when you give up your biometric data and they have all your information in their databases and in their systems, they're going to be able to identify each and every person via these AI robots. All they got to do is look at your face, man, and all of your information is going to pop up on their screens, man. And like I said, and they're going to know if you have priors. They're going to know, your social credit rating. They're going to know if you're, if you're being a good citizen or not, man. You see? Look at this. It says, Zhang added that the company's robots have already been deployed in more than 100 scenarios, including reception, security patrols, and public services, man. So y'all better wake up, man. We see where this shit is going. It might sound crazy to y'all, but not to us, man. And this is Ezekiel 21:8. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. Like we tell you all the time, that's Esau's blessing, is the sword, and it comes in many forms, man. It's not just a literal sword, the modern day sword, which is a gun, but this man weaponizes and turns everything into a weapon, even technology, man. And his technology is going to eventually become a weapon because it's going to be used against you people to punish you, man. It says it is sharpened to make a sure slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? You said so, and you shouldn't be out here. Like I said, those dumbass people see the robots. Oh, it's becoming a celebrity. They're taking pictures with it. They think it's cute, but wait till those robots get activated to get active on you people in a more brutal and more, warlike fashion, man. It's not going to be cute then when they're kicking indoors, when they're dragging people off to detention centers, when they're chasing down everyday American citizens. Or if there's a protest, they send out those robots and those dogs and those drones to go out there and to combat you people. It's not going to be cute then. It's not going to be such a celebrity thing to be then. It's going to strike fear into you people, man. It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And when these robots get deployed, they're going to be programmed to have extreme prejudice against you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You already know that. You're going to constantly be the people of interest. You're going to constantly be, profiled and monitored. And they're going to have to, you're going to be heavily patrolled and surveilled. You see, and they ain't going to have no mercy or no pity on any of you people because they're going to be programmed with the spirit of Esau on them, man. And guess what? And these robots are going to have total. You think ICE is bad now? You think what they're being told to do and how they're moving on you people is bad? Wait till these robots come, man. All right, they're going to be even worse. They're not going to have no sympathy or empathy or feelings about you or what you're doing, man. They're just going to be programmed to execute, man. It says, and he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to be given into the hand of the slayer. And we know Esau is the ultimate slayer, man. And he's going to use these robots to do it on his behalf, man. And these robots are going to have complete and total immunity. You're not going to be able to send a robot and face him up on charges and go before a court and sitting down in the courthouse to be sentenced to deactivation or sentence these robots to prison, man. They're going to have total immunity from because there are going to be new laws and new things put in place once this new world order is fully established. Okay. It says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon the thigh, because it is a trial. And what if the sword contemn even the rod? It shall be no more, saith the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite thy hands together, and let the sword be doubled the third time, the sword of the slain. It is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entereth into their privy chambers. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, that their hearts may faint, and their ruins be multiplied. Ah, it is made bright, it is wrapped up for the slaughter, man. See, and pretty soon these bots are going to be a bunch of damn slaughter bots, man. And a lot of you, Jake, when it comes, you're going to be scrambling. You're going to be out here bugged out. You're going to be confused. And and it's going to be what it's going to be, man. Because we told you, we prophesied, we warned you that these days were at hand. So, now, we tell you these things. They laugh, they mock, they call us crazy. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Why would they do that? That don't make no sense. You just a seed theorist, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we'll see. Hey, we'll see, man. And this is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 15. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, let me see something. Yep, it says what here? Judgment must come, Jeremiah 15:1. Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour, to destroy. Okay? And eventually this is what it's going to boil down to when all hell breaks loose and when martial law is fully activated. Now you hear Trump talking about bringing in this Insurrection Act, man. And just basically, when this whole society collapses and this man comes in with this NWO and his, and everything that comes with it, man, hey, a lot of our people are just going to be left to the slaughter. Because when you had the opportunity to repent, when you had the opportunity to really take heed to the prophets and really, listen to the things that we were saying and to get yourself right, repent, get right with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to be shielded and protected from these evil days which are at hand. hey, it's only going to be your own fault, man. Because when the doors of mercy were open, you scorned, you mocked, you talked shit, you went on about your business, and you called us crazy. But when these things fully come upon you, hey, this is the answer. This is the only answer you're going to get from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. He's going to leave you out there to one of these four kinds, man. And it's going to be your own fault at the end of the day. So, hey, there's a lot more in this article than just what they're saying, man. Remember, you got to look deeper into these things and understand that these robot police officers, they're just showing you the little cutesy parts of it, but they're not going to come out and tell you the ultimate brutal and ultimate, enforcement type of agenda they're going to ultimately use these robots for in the future, man. So, hey, you got to read deeper into these things because, hey, these days are at hand. And like I said, they show you in all these different shows and these movies and these entertainment, which, those things mimic real life. And they tell you what they're going to do before they do it. But we can just see, we can just see how they're slowly integrating these systems into place. And eventually they're going to be used to rule over you people in a very draconian type manner, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Until the next one, shalom.